Obey them all the time. Touch gloves and let's get it on, boy.
Good hook there from Mikhailovich and down.
They taunted, they posed, and they trash talked, only to be shut down by a brutal reality check. From jaw-dropping knockouts to humbling lessons, these fighters quickly learned that in the ring, confidence can be your worst enemy. Let's dive into the fights where arrogance met its match, brought to you by Be Humble. In the world of fighting, showboating is a gamble, and Joe Harding rolled the dice one too many times at BCMMA 18. Harding had the crowd on his side and an ego to match.
Down or...
Oh, nice overhand right there, and he's...
Okay, now he goes back to the showboat.
Oh, nice spin kick.
Instead of sticking to the fight, Harding turned it into a performance.
Counted there. Oh!
Dropping his hands, taunting Segas,
Can't believe he's doing it, and it gives him the second
and even breaking into a ridiculous shuffle that screamed, "Hit me if you can." Well, Segas didn't need a second invitation. Just 20 seconds into the third round, Harding's dancing routine came to a sudden stop when Segas landed a thunderous head kick that flattened him on the spot.
always sinks!
The arena fell silent before erupting, and within hours, the knockout was all over the internet. For Segas, it was just another day at the office. Harding's attempt to entertain, it only entertained the highlight reels. Segas walked out with the win and left Harding with a lesson in humility that the whole world got to see. Ryan Garcia faces the cocky Dominican Braulio Rodriguez at Madison Square Garden. Before the fight, Rodriguez pushed Garcia during the weigh-in face-off, trying to throw him off. On the day of attribution, Garcia made an explosive start by dropping Rodriguez in the first round with a powerful left hook to the face.
He's here for one of the announcing teams. Good hook! And Rodriguez goes down to get out of these last 10 seconds.
Rodriguez, desperate to stay in the fight, started rat axe, hitting Garcia with backhead punches.
Hard, and now he gets a warning from Ron Lipton.
Next, he launched low blows, leading the referee to deduct a point in the third round.
Midtown Manhattan put Braulio Rodriguez down in round number 1. Effective. I don't think so, but it might be. That looked low.
The shuffle, Ali shuffle and stop.
He then started to show off with some dancing and shimmying, turning the ring into a full performance.
Oh, yes.
By that extended left hand, and he does. Right hand and a hook.
In the fifth round, Garcia landed a brutal right that stumbled Rodriguez.
At any time.
Hard right hand.
Followed by another thunderous attack.
And a hook, and down he goes.
This is over.
I felt the thudding power.
Rodriguez might have been a bully, but it was Garcia who was doing the real dancing around him and to the victory. In the world of kickboxing, humility can be just as important as skill, a lesson Cosmo Alexandre learned when he stepped into the ring with Niki Holtzkin. Alexandre came in with plenty of confidence, perhaps a little too much, and he wasn't shy about showing it. Holtzkin started well by dropping Alexandre 2 times in the first round.
Kickboxing rules set, you can clinch. Both men capable to a right hand from Holtzkin. And a head kick! Cross perhaps. There it goes.
Next, Alexandre started mocking the Dutch fighter, too cocky behavior for someone who had already been knocked down twice in the fight. As Alexandre dropped his hands and started playing up his confidence, smelling blood, Holtzkin pressed forward with a flurry of strikes.
Trying to go. Punch-O-Mania. And still the round. He's
Right at the bell. He throws an uppercut.
The relentless attack left Alexandre defenseless, and the referee had no choice but to step in and call it off. It was the kind of performance that made one thing clear: you don't mess around with Niki Holtzkin. They say the fight isn't over until the final bell. And Sabri Sadiri learned that the hard way. Sadiri was cruising against Sam Maxwell,
to get to the final of the... Oh my goodness! I'm good enough to...
knocking him down twice.
Oh, he's got him again! Right hand this time!
And practically dancing his way to victory.
The Maxwell can right now. I have to go to the top.
Literally. In the final minute of the 10th round, Sadiri decided to show off, taunting Maxwell, hands down. But Maxwell wasn't done. Just when it looked like he was hanging on for dear life, boom.
Oh, great shot! He gets to his feet, and he stopped it! He stopped it!
Maxwell landed a punch so clean, it might as well have come with a mic drop. And just like that, Sadiri's ego hit the mat before his body did. The bout between Giovanni Estella and Luis Caraballo Ramos started with fireworks from the weigh-in, but not the kind you'd expect. Before the action even began, Ramos decided to add some drama, gesturing a throat slit toward Estella, and then taunting his opponent's corner. The fight had barely begun when Ramos found himself on the receiving end of a devastating counter.
For over a year, trying to work behind the gap.
That left hook.
Excellent coming
And hook.
Oh, double one.
Now you know where he's one like here.
Estella landed a perfect blow that sent Ramos crashing to the canvas. It was poetic justice in motion, as if Ramos's own throat-slitting gesture was a warning for himself.
Oh, very well, but as you can see...
We can only hope, and as for Ramos, that pre-fight bravado, it aged like sour milk. When confidence crosses into cockiness, it can backfire in the most spectacular ways. James Gallagher, a rising Irish star and teammate of Conor McGregor, walked into Bellator 204 with all the swagger in the world.
It's brought to you by...
Known for his brash personality, Gallagher tried to intimidate Ricky Bandejas before the fight even began.
The referee in charge.
Engaging in trash talk and antics during the face-off.
I'm just too good, he's not my level. I'm that step above, I'm that next killer up.
But Bandejas wasn't buying the act. Gallagher came out aggressively, looking to overwhelm Bandejas early. But it didn't take long for the tide to turn.
Bandejas in the blue drop. Talk about the young guns and the young...
Midway through the first round, Bandejas delivered a powerful right hand, dropping Gallagher.
Oh, big shot!
Seizing the moment, Bandejas followed up with a head kick and punches.
All right, another right hand. He's in trouble. Gallagher's rocked. Bandejas was on the finish.
Leading to a knockout victory at 2:49 of round 1.
But he is still hurt. He gets caught right in the face with that is a beautiful knockout victory for Ricky Bandejas.
Andre Mikhailovich and Alex Hanan's feud was sparked by trash talk that goes way back. It reached its peak in 2021. Before the fight even started, Hanan taunted Mikhailovich with an over-the-top finger gun gesture. In the ring, Mikhailovich was unfazed, even when Hanan went for a cheap gut shot.
Listen, mate. Don't do that again. Don't get disqualified. You understand?
Well, Hanan shouldn't have done that. It made Mikhailovich furious, completely dominating the first round.
1, 2, and 3. This one. And then just stayed up. Recovered this Hanan. There's a shot again.
In the second round, Mikhailovich knocked Hanan down twice.
Good hook there from Mikhailovich, and down goes Hanan. Shot in the first round, round number 2. Let's see how Hanan found him on the way in. This is with his right hand and works, and there's the hook again, and he goes again.
And then delivered the final blows.
Takes another shot, and more. And here they come, and there's the stoppage. And John Couchy said that'll do, and a good stoppage too, because he was wearing big shots.
Yeah, very, very good. Great stoppage. Great referee.
Ren Hiramoto, a former K1 Japan kickboxing star, made his MMA debut at Risen 26, stepping into the cage brimming with confidence. But he was about to find out the hard way. MMA is an entirely different beast. Hagiwara turned the fight into a harsh reality check. Pummeling Hiramoto with ground and pound that left no room for escape. It was as if Hagiwara held the syllabus to MMA survival, and Hiramoto hadn't studied. The result? A sobering reminder that in this game, confidence isn't a skill, it's just an illusion waiting to be shattered. Jason Solomon stepped into the spotlight for what was supposed to be a defining moment in his career, but it quickly turned into one of the most embarrassing ones. Known for taunting his opponent, he spent several minutes showboating, only to be knocked out in a mere 9 seconds by Amitesh Chaubey.
And here we go for the welterweight. Oh! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's hurt! He's out! Unbelievable!
Look, there's nothing terribly wrong with some in-ring taunting to get the crowd hyped up. Hell, you might even provoke your opponent into making a mistake in the process. But this guy certainly took his whole gimmick a little too far. Sure, he was landing some good shots early on and putting on a show for the fans. But once the tides turned, he was made to look quite foolish as his bottom game was shown to have some major holes in there.
Getting out. In the guard. Nice. Good. Nice, Mark.
1 minute he's taunting his opponent, landing shot after shot on the feet. The next he's a bloody mess, taking some major punishment from his back and unable to get to his feet.
Keep going. Keep away.
After taking a severe beating, the referee stops the fight. This right here might just be the most flashy instance of sweet revenge you'll ever see. After a submission attempt was thwarted, due to what looked like a combination of fish hooking and eye gouging,
His fingers in the eye.
Joshua Pao had every reason to be angry. So when the fighting resumed, he turned up the intensity in a big way, and eventually caught his opponent with a huge spinning back fist right to the jaw. He also gave his adversary one more hit on the jaw, just for good measure. And while we don't usually condone dishing out extra punishment, in this case, it was sort of understandable. That was some pretty terrible cheating that probably deserved the bad karma it brought about.
I am the king of the world, man. I am the greatest martial artist I've ever lived, and soon the whole world will know.
We understand that sometimes competitive energy can get the best of a fighter, but when you're trying to manufacture beef on a low-level fight just to hype yourself up, that isn't a good sign. And for Jerome, his decision not to shake his opponent's hand made him a fierce enemy in Thomas Owen. It's all well and good if you back up your attitude with a solid performance, but unfortunately, Jerome had a tough night at the office, losing in just 21 seconds after eating a hard counter shot.
Owen with a few fights more.
With the power!
That was absolutely wild finish.
He dropped him. He was taking shots.
It's not that shaking his opponent's hand would have made the fight any easier. At least he could have avoided becoming a viral moment, right? If you bring a certain energy to the weigh-in and provoke your opponent, you better try to survive at least the first exchange or two of the bout, so you don't look totally foolish. Unfortunately, this bare-knuckle bout came to a very sudden and brutal conclusion, as Paul Teague realized he had bitten off way more than he could chew, taking a hard shot straight to the dome that left him totally out of it, barely able to stand.
Rocking gold trunks for fans. Welcome to Bare-knuckle Fighting Championship.
All that good work at the weigh-in came to nothing if only bouts were decided on the scales, right? This is a great example of a cocky fighter making one hell of a misjudgment, as Roman Diak decided that he was really starting to feel himself at the end of this round. So what did he do? Well, he dropped his hands, beckoned his opponent to hit him, and when his adversary obliged him, Roman ended up getting himself knocked out.
Wow, Brian, you got to be careful what you wish for. That's a beautiful combination. You throw an overhand right.
It was a cruel turn of events. But let's be real, this guy probably deserved what he got in the end. As the old saying goes, you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Using unorthodox movements and feinting in fights is actually a great way to confuse or befuddle your opponent. But when your opponent is the legendary kickboxer Melvin Manhoff, well, you might want to be careful before getting him angry. Because at first Ryo Kawamura, his tactics were actually working quite well.
Well, I would have to say those are a unique choice.
Manhoff, though experienced, was clearly surprised by his approach.
He likes to be a little bit sort of flexible. Wow, that is bizarre, isn't it?
And just couldn't get his own shots to land with any consistency.
6 inches long and about an inch wide.
Side leg kick. Oh. Well, look at this. Melvin Manhoff doesn't really know what to make of this.
But like most gimmicky styles, the cracks did eventually begin to show. Eventually, one of Kawamura's weird techniques saw him run directly into a hard shot from Melvin, which immediately put him out cold.
He did it! Oh, he did it again!
Big right hand.
And Melvin Manhoff was having none of that.
A mean finish to an admittedly bizarre fight. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to let us know by giving it a like and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.